but I say it because Kindle's here.
Okay.
I got permission from Megan Mercy to say this, but so Megan Mercy is now on TikTok, and the other day we were like talking about TikTok boys, and she literally was like, "Yeah, I think Lil Huddy is cute." I was like, Megan, you're the only person on this planet. Just kidding, that's dramatic. But I also was like, Megan, you're 24 years old.
Yeah, please pull it together at Megan Mercy, who is not on this podcast, but hopefully listens.
She don't listen.
You're
just calling you out. Yeah, honestly, y'all are great friends. Thanks.
I made this cold brew because you were like, I poured it. I don't like it that much. What do you put in it?
The one in the bottle or the one that I made?
The one that you made.
Oh, I love that stuff.
It's really strong.
What'd you put in it?
Well, first I just put some nut pods, and I was like, ouch, that hurt. It's better. It's better now.
It's not that bad.
Then I put some oat milk and some vanilla.
This is my fault because you're supposed to take the steeping coffee bags out after 8 to 10 hours, and they've been in there for like 50 hours now.
Yeah, I figured also that it was just like towards the bottom, very strong. Yeah. But it's funny because I made it like one time while you were gone, and I like made it way too weak. Oh. And that was also gross.
We need to figure it out.
The cold brew itself is quality. I just don't know how to make it good.
Yeah, usually I just put a little of that creamer in there and that's it.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll do a little of the creamer and a little milk because I don't like it as sweet as the creamer makes it. But that's it. But you know me, I don't always like sugar in the coffee.
Yeah, so. It just was very...
It's apparent.
It attacked...
Iced coffee is making itself known.
Attacked my taste buds.
Yeah.
All right.
You have a feather in your hair.
Leave it.
It's like from your bed.
Wait, I literally thought you meant like you had like a feather hairpiece, and I was like, what?
You don't think she'd do that?
I mean, I think you would.
I did that in 7th grade. It was purple. Great times. All right.
I never had one of those. Okay, enjoy Taco Bell.
Do you want anything?
No.
You want a Supreme taco combo? That's not actually Supreme tacos?
One time I asked Kanon and what? Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh no.
Can you hear me?
Wait, now I can.
Hello?
Wait, I lost you for a minute, but you're back.
Okay, I've been having some issues with my computer. The other day, it wouldn't charge.
Oh.
But I think it's like the ports of my computer because, no. Because Brienne's charger worked.
Yeah.
I think we're fine, but it just like, you know how it gives you like a notification whenever you plug your mic in? It just was like 10 of them.
Oh, great.
Anyway, this is not really that funny of a story, but one time I asked Kendall to get me Taco Bell, and I was like, can you get me 3 Taco Supremes? Okay. And so then like later to find out she like thought I meant like just like something fancy, like by using the word Supreme. Like she didn't realize that was like an actual item on the menu.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, so what'd she get?
I'm pretty sure she like maybe like one of the things was wrong, but she figured it out. It was fine.
Wait, that's kind of funny. I know. I was like, dang, I'm not going to have my chai like normal because I'm not at home. So maybe this podcast will suck. I don't really know.
I think we're off to a great start.
I'm dead. Maybe we should intro.
Maybe we should start it.
Sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh wait, we have to do an intro. This is like not just us talking to each other.
Yeah. Well,
other people are gonna hear this.
Go ahead. Why don't you introduce the listener?
Hold on. Wait. What? Who?
My mom. She said, "Hey, you're on our way to Lafayette. I was gonna stop by. I wanted to make sure you were home."
Perfect. So when will they be here? Great. Dana and Joe, my best friends, are coming. Alyssa's parents.
Can we still record?
Also, I cannot stop doing this thing.
Dude, literally, I was just thinking, like, when did my parents come to recording the podcast?
Oh, it's fine. Because we can, like, edit out whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
No big deal. Okay, ready? Oh, I'm introing?
Yeah.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Seriously Fun with Katie and Sarah. I am Sarah.
And I am Katie.
Dang, is it, wait, this is an episode, no, this is episode 19? Or is this
18?
Wait, no, I think this is 19. Hold on.
Oh, man, we're losing track.
Wait.
That's how you know
I think
it's
this is
a minute.
This is 19.
Okay.
Wait.
19, like my age. That's so fun.
What?
I'm kidding. Haha.
I was like, you are not 19. Dang, that's crazy. Katie, how have you been? I feel like I haven't talked to you really since the last podcast.
I know, and I've also had the craziest week ever.
Oh.
On the last podcast, I was being like, "Wow, life's about to get crazy," and it sure did.
And then it did.
I have been hanging out with the class of 2024.
Yeah.
And they are high energy. Man, it's so weird. I feel really bad for them because, as you know, Welcome Week is usually like the most lit week ever.
Yeah.
And every organization, every campus ministry is doing everything every day, all day, every day. LSU is doing stuff. And when I tell you, no one is doing anything. No one's doing anything except us. And so, like, every freshman that is there is at our stuff, which is really great. And, like, we've been able to meet a ton of people. But they're also doing, like, weird, like, Zoom orientations. And they have to, like, sit on Zoom in their dorm for, like, 3 hours. And it seems
weird.
Yeah, instead of – because, like, they didn't get to go to orientation, I guess, which would typically be, like, over the summer. Now they're doing it all now, which is just weird and kind of.
I would hate to sit in my dorm room and have to be on like a Zoom orientation. Oh, that sounds terrible.
And then apparently, I met this one girl who I guess you could like sign up for this additionally. I don't think everyone's doing it, but it's basically Stripes but different. And so they're doing like a leadership convention conference type of Zoom thing. And she said she was on Zoom from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
Like, no.
Y'all would not catch me there.
Yeah.
That's too much.
I think the freshmen are really excited to be in college. Like, obviously, it's so exciting. And then, but also not a ton going on. So they're just looking for stuff to do, trying to meet.
Yeah. I think I'm just a little confused as to why we're even having school.
That is a really good question, Sarah.
Like, I get everybody wants to be in school. Everybody wants to be back in school. Obviously, like, you want to move to wherever your college is, whatever. But, like, realistically, is everyone going to have to get sent home 3 weeks from now? And because everyone's going to have corona? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'm a little confused.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of stuff about – actually, let me find this post real quick. It was kind of savage, but it's what we're talking about. Basically, LSU wants our money.
Oh, I did see something saying like,
it was like step one, invite socially starved 18-year-olds to campus. Step 2, let them spread COVID on campus and in dorms. Step 3, blame 18-year-olds for poor judgment. Step 4, close campus completely after ad drop and use the freshmen as justification and charge full tuition. Step 5, profit.
Yeah, which is, sad. Because it just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, all right, we're going to have all you fresh move in a week before school starts. And then sorry, but you can't go anywhere. You need to stay in your dorms. We're not going to have any events for you. We're not doing anything. Mm-hmm. Oh, but whatever. But it's okay. Well, like, then maybe they should have just not have come. Like,
yeah, I know they had the option. Like, some of the sophomores, like the people that will be sophomores this year are not moving back. A couple of people from out of state. It's also just like incredibly more expensive to be here if you're from out of state,
for sure,
rather than just stay home and do school from 2,000 miles away.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy. I hope. I know schools in Bossier just started Thursday and Friday.
Gotcha.
And so all my kids just went back, but it's like they're doing it so like half of everybody, like A through like K, go to Monday, Wednesday, every other Friday, and then L through Z goes Tuesday, Thursday, every other Friday.
Yeah.
So they started back. I'm just so nervous that 2 weeks from now it's gonna be like, okay, sorry, this was a bad idea. Time to shut everything down. You know?
I mean,
wait. What about the hurricanes?
LOL. Okay. I'm like aware, but I'm not aware.
Yeah, I feel like, especially because like if they do come through, I'm sure we'll get rain and stuff like in Bossier, but it's not going to be like getting hit in Slidell or New Orleans or
Yeah.
Baton Rouge, even like this area. So
The
yeah.
last time I looked at something, I think the first one is supposed to hit on Monday as a category 1.
Okay.
And then the second one is going to hit on Wednesday as a category 1.
Oh,
Or maybe not
okay.
even a full hurricane yet. But
Yeah.
then I've heard stuff about like they could combine and like create this weird. Actually, okay, remember how on the last podcast I was saying how I want to like watch science YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Me earlier on YouTube I was like, well, I followed this like surf account on Instagram, and apparently there was some like storm surge that hit California a couple years ago that was very rare. And so I was like, wait, why doesn't the West Coast have hurricanes? And so I was watching a YouTube video about hurricane things. Hurricanes only move in a western direction.
Yeah.
So like Europe doesn't get hurricanes, and California rarely gets hurricanes. Anyway. Yeah, we're like about to start school, and it's also funny because like usually like this time last year if this was happening we just like would get days off of school, but we're like not going to school anyway.
Yeah, so yeah, wait, y'all start class like Monday, 2 days from now? So are your classes all online? Are you going in for some? Like how is this working?
All 5 of my classes are online except one is like a hybrid. Like we have like she posted the syllabus and it's like one color is like Zoom, one color is in person. She like split the class up into small groups, and so we'll go to class. I think it's like maybe like once every 2 weeks we'll go to campus.
Okay.
It's my photography class, so we're like gonna go use the lab.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, I'm pretty much all online and not even like be here on Zoom. Like it's do my stuff whenever I feel like it.
So oh wow.
Don't know how to feel.
All right, Katie. Time for some time management to really kick in.
Call me out on the podcast, please. I need that. Actually, if you're listening right now, text me in a week and ask me how I'm doing.
Everyone's gonna be like, Katie, did you do your schoolwork? And you're like, what? Did
I have the podcast? No, Sarah, you are very correct. It's like a bittersweet thing because like I do prefer to make my own schedule, but then it's a matter of like sticking to that schedule.
Yeah.
Look, that's one of my goals this year is to be more organized. I feel like I'm talking a lot about myself, but I had a job interview.
Wait, I thought you already had it.
I had a job interview.
Oh, I thought you said I have, and I was like, wait, have you heard anything yet?
I have not, but I'm just saying I like was telling the guy that I really want this job. He asked me, he was like, do you have a history of being late? Like that's pretty much what he asked me, and I was like, yes. I like said it. Yeah, I did not lie to him. But and then I was like, if I'm being real, I want this job because I've never had like a strict like you need to be somewhere, you're gonna get fired type of thing.
Yeah.
So I actually think that's gonna be great for me.
Yeah.
And also if I work mornings, we'll see.
Then you'll have to actually get up in the morning.
Yeah, wow. What a concept.
But actually I bet too, like having like a set schedule of some kind will like force you to actually stick to the, like if you set a schedule and you're like, okay, I work on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at this time to this time, then you're going to have to schedule when you're going to do school stuff. So if you're like sticking to one part of the schedule, you're probably going to stick to the whole schedule, you know?
That's what I'm thinking and hoping for. In the past, when I have a more busy schedule, I feel like you could relate to this too. Like when you're more busy, there's more pressure to get stuff done because you have other things you need to do.
Yes.
So like when I have nothing to do, it's so easy.
For sure. Like if I'm sitting around and I have something that I need to get done, but let's say it needs to be done by Friday and it's Monday. On Monday, I'm going to be like, oh, I have till Friday to do it. I'm not doing it. Then Thursday night comes and I'm like, oh, I have to get this done. You know?
No, totally. I'm already planning my trip to come see you.
Oh, yeah?
Go all online. I'm just going to come hang out with you sometime.
No, that would be great.
And
you
then,
could literally, I have a huge office, as you know. Like, you could literally just, like, come with me and hang out and have a whole desk. Like,
Yeah, and I'm also gonna go to Dallas to see my brother eventually.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll just take a little North Louisiana, Texas tour.
Oh,
Yeah.
so fun. That's cool.
Are you on NYU TikTok?
Oh, of course.
Who isn't, honestly?
I saw something that was like, no, I do not know how to do my taxes, but I do know what every single NYU freshman has been eating for the last 3 weeks.
Oh, literally. Poor kids.
I know. I at first I wasn't, and I was just seeing like memes about it, or I was just seeing like OMG NYU food, and I'm like, what are we talking about? And then finally it came up like some stuff of people showing it, and I was like, no. Wait, also, can we please? Okay. I know that this song is inappropriate. I'm just gonna preface it with that, but WAP, WAP, whatever we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
Please tell me that you saw Sherry, Addison Rae's mom, her post where she was like, Addison, you better be nice to me or I will my WAP draft.
Yes, and then Addison posted like a watered down version of her doing the dance.
Okay, yeah, I saw that and I was like, girl, what is this?
She was like, I need to post this before my mom posts.
Literally, I was like, this has no energy. What?
Yeah, that song has been very stuck in my head.
Oh, it's
but
so
I like
catchy.
don't know the words actually. So
I only do because of TikTok.
Yeah. I think it's funny when like different parts of songs become viral sounds and then I don't realize that they're the same song.
Katie, that was like the song where wait, oh my gosh. What song is that? Is it
some other Meg Thee Stallion song? Maybe.
That like there's multiple parts and I had no idea it was, and then one time I heard the whole song and I was like, wait,
literally.
This is the same
I think
song?
It's I'm a Hot Girl, that song.
Okay, yeah.
I think there's like 2 verses that are like kind of viral sounds.
Okay. Honestly, it's so interesting to me. So the way that TikTok works with these sounds, every time we use like an official, you know, like when people use the WAP sound or whatever, like they're getting money for those streams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's why you can't like record it off your phone or something because then it's like copyright, right?
Wait. Are you talking about like actual music or just like any sound?
No, like actual music.
Not
just like a sound I make.
Like I think everything that's like the royalty thing. Like everything has royalties.
Okay. That's what I thought. But I saw somewhere like an article or something saying that apparently artists are going to be able to release music solely on TikTok. Like they'll be able to like release music straight to TikTok. And I was like, dang.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of platforms just really getting out of hand, the other day I almost bought something like directly off of Instagram.
Nuh-uh.
Like it was an ad. You know how like you can tag, like businesses can like tag the item?
Yep.
I clicked it and then it was like add to cart and then like my cart was like within Instagram. I didn't buy it.
I don't think
it actually was out of stock. I didn't like it at all. I was like, no, this is way too easy. Like I cannot be doing this.
Yeah. But that's what they want. Oh my gosh. Like it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's just too much. I need to stop spending money is what needs to happen.
Katie.
Why is this a very real podcast?
let me just tell you, I spend money like it's nothing, first of all. And I went to the dentist last week. Have I told you about this yet?
Well, it was bougie, but what happened?
But I did not tell you how much I spent at the dentist. No? Okay. So number one, I don't have dental insurance. And so already expensive because I don't have insurance.
OMG.
So like normally when I go to the dentist like in Slidell, depending on like if I had my x-rays done or whatever, it's between like $150 and $200 every time I go, right?
Yeah.
Well, at this new place, there's like a plan you can do. So like my yearly plan's like $200. So I had to pay that like for when I go. Well, I've been having this problem with my jaw where my jaw just hurts like all the time. Mm-hmm. And like it's super tight and like all this stuff, especially in the morning. So the dentist was like, okay, I think you're clenching your jaw at night. So you need to get a night guard to wear like, you know, when you sleep. And I'm like, okay. Tell me why. I have it sitting right here. It looks like a retainer.
Wait, I want to guess.
Okay. It's this little thing of plastic. And I mean, it fits my teeth exactly. It's a mold.
Yeah.
It's just one piece, just the one piece, only for my top teeth. I want you to guess how much this cost.
$600.
Oh, close. $515.
Okay.
So when I went to the dentist, I had to spend almost $750.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what? But I also, because they were like, you could get a night guard like not from us and use like a website, and that's gonna be a lot cheaper. And they were like, but there's like no, it's not gonna be as accurate as like to your mold, and like it might not actually help. And so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna spend money on one that might not help just to then have to spend more money here.
Yeah.
And I was like, if it's gonna help me not be in pain, like it's worth the money, like
Yeah.
this is something that like
It's
I'm just
for your
gonna
health.
yeah, like I'm gonna have to spend the $700. Like,
Yeah.
okay. But so I was like, I need to stop spending money. Like I really like need to get it together. So then, I'm in Lafayette this weekend. And yesterday we went to the mall and I bought this is actually pretty funny. You know the game What Do You Meme?
Yeah.
They have a TikTok edition.
Oh, y'all bought it?
Of course I had to buy it.
Of course. Wait, I want to play.
They have it. No, literally I'll have to bring it next time I come to Baton Rouge. It was very fun. Then we went to, there's a new H&M that opened up. And so I had to buy a dress that was on sale.
Of course.
Then we went to Altered States and they had, like this thing behind me that has like the string that hangs like almost looks like a scroll.
Yeah.
They had the cutest one like on clearance and it was, it had like a quote and it was like, I don't remember exactly what it was because it's like a whole bunch of stuff, but it was like more sunsets, more movies, more friends, all like more concerts, more whatever. And then, like the last thing was like more life or like more living or something. And I was like, this is so me.
Yeah, cute.
It was on sale, so I had to buy it. And then today
Altered State is expensive.
Altered State
for a little bit, no reason.
No, and it kind of makes me mad because I'm like, this is supposed to be a Christian establishment. Can we lower our prices a little bit? Like.
True. I'm a youth pastor. Maybe you get a youth pastor discount.
I'm dead. Next time I go, I'm gonna be like, hey, someone told me there was a youth pastor discount. Because they have cute stuff, but it's so expensive. Like I will never buy something in there that's not on sale.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought anything from there. I kind of feel the same way about Francesca's. Really, any boutique store, I'm like, I can't be here right now.
For sure. Francesca's, I feel like is different because I feel like they always are having sales and like you can find stuff like, you know what I mean? Where I feel like in Altered State, it's like still so expensive even on sale. And I'm like, what? Actually, I bought the What Do You Meme TikTok from Francesca's.
Oh, LOL. Yeah, they do have a fun like little like trinket table.
They also had the cutest. I feel like you have purple sunglasses, yeah? They're like tinted purple?
Yeah.
Or are they yellow? What do they look like again?
Oh, well, I have some yellow ones that are like hexagonal frames.
That's what I'm thinking of, I think. Do you have purple ones too?
I have these purple ones. I don't think I've ever worn them on social media.
Okay.
They're kind of weird. They're like big and they don't have a frame, but they're like cut out plastic.
Yeah.
I don't really know where they're at actually.
See, they had some at Francesca's that were like purple tinted hearts.
Yeah.
They were so cute. And I was like, I would literally wear these every day, but also like for LSU games or whatever. If we ever get to go back to an LSU game, I don't really know. Right. And so I was like, these are so cute. And they're like, they had a deal on their sunglasses. But of course, the only pair they had like scratches right in the middle of the frames. Yeah. And so I went over and I was like, do y'all have any other, like more of these? I was like, this one just has scratches all over it. And they were like, oh, let me see. And so they like looked at the computer and they're like, no, these are the only ones. And so I was like, okay, like I don't want them. Like, sorry. I'm not about to buy them scratched.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so I was just like, I literally just said that I needed to stop spending money. And then what do? I just spend money.
My issue, I feel like we maybe have mentioned this on the podcast before. I'll do really well. And then all of a sudden I'm buying food like every single day.
No, exactly. Yes. Me
and
too.
I think for me, it's just been a busy week. And like, just out of convenience, I'm like, I just need to go to Chick-fil-A and like live my life. Taking it back for a second, I guessed appropriately on your retainer thing because
you have one.
Well, I've had a lot of money go into my mouth. That's
I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, I had braces, and actually before I had braces, I had a retainer, and then I had braces, and then I had another retainer, and then my retainer broke, and I had to get another retainer. Retainers are very expensive. It was like $250, and then last fall, like a year ago, a little bit less than a year ago, I switched dentists, and so I went to the dentist for the first time at this new place in Baton Rouge, which I love. I'm like friends with this lady that works there now. She's
Yeah.
cute. And long story short, I ended up having to get a root canal.
Oh.
And that was extremely expensive. Like without insurance, it probably would have been like $1,500.
Oh yes, I know because I had a root canal.
And then this was unnecessary, but I just was like, while I'm here, doing all this dental work, I really wanted to get a permanent top retainer. And so I did that, but then I like went in to get it done, and I didn't know if like when they put the retainer on, it was gonna pull my teeth together or just like keep them where they were. And at the time, I had like a little tiny gap, and I was like, I don't want that. Like I need my teeth to be together.
Yeah.
My retainer, whatever. So they were like, okay, wear your retainer for 24 hours and come back, and we'll put the thing on. So then when I go back, they charged me to cut a piece of my old retainer off.
No.
Like maybe it was like the day before when I went in, they like it wouldn't fit or something because I got a filling. I have no idea. That's why I wasn't wearing it, because I got a filling and then like my retainer wouldn't fit, and I was like, what the heck?
Gotcha.
Like y'all kind of just scammed me a little bit.
Yeah.
And so they charged me to cut my retainer in half, and then they charged me obviously to give me this permanent retainer. And honestly, the dentist is just, I don't hate the dentist like a lot of people do.
I was literally about to say I love the dentist. Sorry,
I don't know if I love them. I do love this new place. They are really nice and really like I enjoy going there. But I definitely don't hate it, but it's just very expensive.
So expensive. And like lost my train of thought. Yeah, I love the dentist. I love the feeling of like after they've cleaned your teeth, and like it just feels so good. And like I've never like had a bad experience with the dentist, like I guess some people do. And so and like I had my wisdom teeth out when I was like a freshman in high school, so like I don't even really remember. I mean, I remember it, but like, you know, it wasn't like this dramatic thing or whatever. And so but dental insurance, I've just never had dental insurance. Well, in the last however many years that I've paid for my own certain things, I haven't had dental insurance because like I don't have insurance through work or anything. So it's not like included in my plan. And it's just, I think it'd be more expensive for me to have dental insurance than it would be for me to just pay out of pocket, except for when I need a $500 night guard or when I had to get a $2,000 root canal.
Right.
Literally, it was almost 2 years ago now. It was the like Christmas time of 2018. Yeah, 2018. And I was in Chicago with Heidi and Katie Price. And my tooth, like this tooth right out here in the front.
Wait, mine too.
Nuh-uh.
Not the one next to my big tooth, but two over.
Okay, mine's the one next to my big tooth. And people are like,
I know the people listening are like, are y'all good? Take your finger out of your mouth.
So, it started hurting, but it was like super sensitive. So like I would bite into something hot and it would just like burn, or I would drink something really cold and it would burn. It was terrible. So I was like, what is going on? Or literally because it was, you know, December in Chicago, so it was freezing outside. We would walk outside and my tooth would start burning because the cold air was like,
oh my gosh, that's yeah.
And so then right after that Chicago trip, I literally like got home on a Wednesday night, and then Thursday morning I flew to Orlando to go to Disney. And so in Disney, it did the same exact thing. And I remember telling Megan, I think I might have to get a root canal. Like, you know what I mean? It feels like like something's going on with my nerves. And she literally acted like I was so stupid. She was like, a root canal? You're being so dramatic. And she literally was like she really thought, and she'll even say now, like she really thought I was being so dumb and like being like, okay, you do not need a root canal, girl, calm down. Well, I got home, went to the dentist, and guess what? I needed a root canal.
Yeah. No, whenever I had to get one, everyone was like, what? I thought only like 50-year-olds get that. And I was like, so then when I went to get mine, I asked the dentist, I was like, is this normal? Like, am I really young for this? He was like, no, I've done root canals on like 10-year-olds.
Yeah, same. I was like, what is going on? Because I also was like, what caused this? And because like the dentist didn't do mine, I had to go to like a specialist, you know?
Same, actually.
And he was like, sometimes it just happens. He's like, it's not like you were doing anything wrong. Because I was like, is it something that I'm doing like that I could prevent this? And he was like, no, like sometimes it just happens. happens. And literally when they took x-rays, my like nerves were so dead that you couldn't even see them in the x-ray. They're like, normally we can see all the way. And so how long did your root canal take? Do you remember?
It was fast.
Yeah, mine took 2.5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
So I sat there with my mouth open in the thing like for so long because they had to dig so deep into my gum and like, yeah. And I've heard before that root canals are painful. This did not hurt me one bit.
Mine either. I was so afraid, and mine did not hurt at all before or after, which actually is really weird. Like you're saying you had a lot of like sensitivity pain. I had no pain. Okay, so the tooth that I had mine on, whenever I had braces, I had to, why are we like, this is seriously teeth. Seriously, dentist. Sure.
There we go.
Sure.
Teeth.
Um,
Seriously, root canal.
when
Seriously, I don't have dental insurance. Seriously, Sarah spent $750 at the dentist last week.
Seriously, yeah. When I had braces, I had to have oral surgery to like, this tooth was like in my gum and like wouldn't come down. So they had to like go in my gum and like attach a chain to my tooth, like a ring or something to pull it down. And so come to find out, when I like switched to this new dentist, they were like, have you ever had surgery or anything? And I was like, yes, I have. And ever since the surgery, my tooth has been like fairly sensitive, like not really that much though. Just like more sensitive than my other teeth. And they were like, actually, yeah, that's a really like traumatic thing for a tooth to have to do. And so because I did that, it like detached from the nerve endings. And so I was really confused because they were saying like, we're really surprised that you haven't had pain or sensitivity. And I didn't at all until they were like, you need a root canal. And then like, I left the dentist and then they were like, schedule whenever you want. And then my tooth started hurting. And I was like, what the heck? What kind of timing is this? So yeah, it started hurting really bad. So then I like scheduled it for like a week later and then I got it and now I'm fine.
Yeah. No, luckily I was able, because it was like Christmas time.
Yeah.
And it was before Christmas. And I remember being like, I cannot like keep living. Like it's terrible to eat. It's terrible to drink anything. Like I, just don't want to do it. So I literally like got back from Disney. I went to the dentist like one day. And then the very next day I went to the specialist and got my root canal done. And so they were able to like squeeze me in, and it was probably the best thing ever because, have I told you about what?
2.5 hours. That's a long time.
And my mom like sat in the waiting room the whole time.
Wow. What a shame.
Yeah. Also this like, I'm sure he like is a dentist, but whatever his like title is, cause he's like a specialist, really a surgeon. Like the whole time it was just him and then like his assistant. And the whole time they were listening to worship music. And he was literally like digging out like my tooth and he's like, oh, come to.
Wait, I love that.
Singing along to and like the lady next to him, like, I ran out of that grave.
I'm so dead.
And I'm like, I'm glad y'all are having a great time, but can y'all focus on my tooth?
That's really funny.
No, I was going to say, have I told you about my nose problems I've been having?
Your smell?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Abby were watching the videos last night, and I meant to text you and ask you, how's it going?
So I haven't talked about it on the podcast, have I?
No.
Okay. So basically, long story short, I have been having this weird smell problem where like everything smells bad, food smells bad, like therefore it makes it taste bad. And like, it's just been terrible. And it's been happening to me now for like over a month, if not a month and a half. And I went to the doctor a while ago now and in Slidell, because I was in Slidell for the weekend and they could get me in really fast. And he said that he thought it was a really bad sinus infection. So he gave me steroids, antibiotics, whatever. I did that for 2 weeks or for, whatever. And it did not get better. So then I had an appointment last week, or I guess almost 2 weeks ago now, at an ENT in Bossier. And so I go and I tell him, all this stuff. And I tell him about how they thought it was a sinus infection. I took the medicine, didn't help, everything. And he's like, okay, well, we're going to schedule you for a CAT scan. So I'm having a CAT scan done this week. But he was like listing all the things he thought like it could be that like he'll be able to see on the CAT scan. And one of the things he thinks is that it could be a fungus infection. And then I have like fungus up in my nose.
What in the heck?
Yeah. And so I was like, what? But then it's also scary because like, how did that happen? Like, where was I exposed to fungus that like is in my nose?
Get in there.
Yeah. So cannot wait to go. I'm going Tuesday to get my CAT scan, and then I go to the hospital to do my CAT scan, and then go straight to the doctor's office so that he can read it.
Wait, has it gotten worse?
It's not worse, but it's not better. Like, it's the same. And so I'm just ready because it's so hard for me to eat stuff.
Yeah. No, that's so weird.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I know at first someone was like, you might have COVID, because like that's potentially a symptom.
Yeah, so with COVID, people lose their sense of smell and lose their sense of taste. And so that's not what was happening for me. So I was like, I don't think it's COVID, but I got tested when it first started happening and it wasn't that. Yeah. And I also don't, if it was that, it wouldn't still be happening to me, you know, like it wouldn't be this long of a thing. So yeah, so I'm at this point, I don't even care what it is. Like, put me under surgery. I don't even care. Like, I just want to be done with this, you know.
Yeah, no, that's horrible.
It's so hard for me to eat stuff. And it's hard because there's certain things I know. Like, I had gone to Chick-fil-A and I know the chicken's going to give me the smell, so I'm not going to get the chicken, you know? Or like, you know, most, you know, like I know the peanut butter, I can't do peanut butter, avocados, I can't do avocados. Like, it's just so strange. But then I go to a restaurant, it's like, I don't know if it's going to give it. I don't know if it's going to have the smell or not. And so it's like, do I just hope it doesn't and get it? You know what I mean? Like,
that's so interesting. Like some foods trigger and some don't.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping that he can solve this and fix me.
Yeah, for sure. I have no idea what time we started doing this.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest. I don't know. Wait, can we talk about Hamilton?
Yes.
Because we haven't talked about it since you watched it.
We haven't.
And I know you told me that, like, it was hard to follow. So
yeah. So basically, Hamilton has been a thing since 2016, right?
Correct.
And in high school, some of my friends were into it, listened to the soundtrack, whatever. Yeah. I never got on board, never listened to a single song.
Yeah.
Suddenly now it's back, came out on Disney Plus. Maybe this is a rundown for people that are not up to date with Hamilton.
Yeah.
Here's what I know. Came out on Disney Plus. It's getting a lot of attention and buzz. And so I was at Juan's house the other day with Macy and Bivens and some other people.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's watch Hamilton. This was like Macy's 7th time watching it or something. So I watched it.
Yeah.
First of all, I kind of hate history. However, I really don't.
But also, it's history, but it's not. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I was like I shouldn't have said that first. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I love musical theater, even though I don't know too much about it.
Yeah.
I have much appreciation for how like well the production is, how great the production is. They were watching it again last night and I chose not to go.
I think you need
It's the same as other things where like I know basically like being invested feels like a lot of energy.
It's really not. I mean, I know it's a really long, like it's long.
Yeah.
And so, but like, I think people who don't know anything about it, don't know the music, whatever, when they watch it, I think have to have the subtitles on because it's difficult to follow. And I think, especially if you're not familiar with it, you need to watch it more than once so that it, you know, whatever. But I hate so many people because I've told every single person I've ever come in contact with since it came out on Disney Plus, like, you need to watch it. And they'll be like, oh, well, I don't like history. And I'm like, okay, yes, we're talking about historical figures and historical events, but it's not like you're sitting in history class listening to your football coach explain Alexander
Not your football coach.
But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, it's very
different. And like, while yes, it is historical fact, some of it also is false. It's not all like historically accurate.
I was about to ask.
Most of it is like, but I think like some of the like the time frame might be off, and then like the Schuyler sisters, Angelica, Peggy, Eliza. There was actually like 15 Schuyler kids, and Angelica says in one of the songs about how her father has no sons. Not true.
Okay.
Also, Angelica met Alexander, she was actually already married in real life.
Okay.
But to make it more dramatic, like she was, whatever. So it's just annoying when people are like, well, I hate history. Why would I like this? Y'all.
But it's actually like the fun side of history when you realize that it's actual people's lives and like an actually really great story.
Yes.
So yeah, for that reason, I do think it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah. So, and I mean, the people in this cast are just incredibly talented.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. We watched it the other night. I've now watched it a total of like 15 times. Wait, what'd you say?
Who's your favorite character?
Oh, this is difficult for me. I normally say Aaron Burr, just because Leslie Odom Jr. is amazing. I can't even because my favorite songs are I love when he does "Wait for It," and when him and Lynn sing "Dear Theodosia," the song to their kids. He's so good. But I really love Hercules Mulligan / James Madison. The guy that plays him, Oak. I just really like him as a person. So, your favorite?
I also really love Aaron Burr. I also the king.
Oh,
he's hilarious.
Yeah. You know who Jonathan Groff? I said Graff. Do you know who that is? Like, who else? What else he does? He is Kristoff in Frozen.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I love that. Also, how we get excited when our friends are excited about stuff.
Yeah.
Just watching Macy and Bivens reenact the whole thing is I love this now, and they're just really funny and they know every word. And so we were watching it and they would get up and go in the kitchen to not distract us, but they needed to sing and dance.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
That is funny.
My favorite song initially was, I think it's called One Last Time.
Oh, yes. With George Washington.
Yes, I liked that one. Can't Say No to This. That's a catchy one.
I actually hate that one, but it's so catchy, and every 5 seconds I'm going, Lord, show me how to say no. Have you seen the TikToks of Kermit the Frog?
No.
Someone just knocked on the door.
That's not favorites.
We're gonna pause.
Why did they not?
Hey!
Hi.
I'm recording my podcast right now. Special guests. Alyssa's parents.
I love that.
Oh, Caroline's never met.
No, that's what she's like. I've never met your mom.
Yes. I'm dead.
Wait, I love this.
What? Haley's at dinner with her family. Yes.
You just came from your truck. I don't know what you can do. It's later than you go or your truck. Yeah, she was like, I have to go eat dinner with her mom and Claire. Yeah, Claire's mom.
So weird.
Oh, yeah. We had
It's funny because I really can't hear them at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not.
I guess because my mic's plugged in, so
Yeah.
you can't. So do we just continue? You're not gonna be able to hear them, or you will?
I mean, I can hear it in the background, but it's not that big of a deal. But if we need to wait, that's also fine.
3:30.
Y'all went to bed at 3:30?
We went to bed at 3:30. Yeah.
Wow, later than me.
Huh?
Later than me.
Oh, what time did you?
What time did I go to bed last night? Not that late, between 1 and 2.
Dang. No, we were literally what are they gonna say? Are they gonna say something about all these people? Alyssa, was texting her dad last night, and she had said oh, we're at Texas Roadhouse, and he said, oh, who's all there? And so she literally responded, and she was like, Samantha, Jordan, Dylan, Justin, Lou, and then named us, but named all these people, and he was like, oh, cool. But she like it was literally just me, Caroline, Haley, and Alyssa.
Oh, I was like, who are those people?
No, literally people just made up because we wanted to see like if he was gonna say anything.
That's really funny. Oh, cool. That would be. Oh, I just thought of a funny trend.
Okay.
Calling your parents and telling them that you're like somewhere far away.
Being like, hey, like, what's up? Oh yeah, I'm actually in LA right now.
Yeah, my dad would be like, oh, are you kidding? Like, why did you spend that money? Like,
wait, honestly, like Olivia on my Instagram picture thinking I'm in LA.
Because like I think it's really funny for both of us. Maybe that could be. What if we do like segments on the podcast? I cannot call my dad right now because I've like missed his call like 3 times.
Oh.
And like he needs something from me, and it's not that I'm like purposely avoiding him. He just keeps calling me at bad times.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, honestly, that'd be hilarious. We call our parents on the podcast and tell them like, hey, I'm in Canada right now. Like,
yeah. Because
it's like believable.
No, that's like I think they would be like, oh my gosh, like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did I tell you?
Like it would truly be believable.
Okay, did I tell you? Last summer when me and Abby went to Seattle, my dad called me and was like, "Hey, where are you at again?" Like he knew that I was traveling, but like didn't know where, I guess.
Yeah.
And then because he was like whatever, didn't know where I was, I sent him a picture of me like under like Air Hawaii maybe or something like that. I was like, I'm in Seattle, but I'm catching a flight to Hawaii like in an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're joking, but have fun.
LOL.
Like, didn't know whether to like believe me or not.
My mom is genuinely not phased anymore. Like, whenever I decided I was going to Disney a while ago, I literally like booked my flight, bought my tickets, and like called my mom like later that day and was just like, oh, by the way, like I'm going to Disney in a couple weeks, like book my flight earlier. And she's like, cool.
Yeah.
Like she's truly not phased by anything anymore.
I knew it was bad when like 2 years ago when we went to Belgium. My dad didn't know what country we were going to until like the day I left.
What?
And it was just hilarious because like every other like person on the team
probably like freaking out, like, oh my gosh,
people
my
like
kids
didn't even want
out of
the
the country.
Yeah. And I was like, my parents literally don't even know where I'm going tomorrow, so it's really casual.
That's funny. See, my mom always knows what I'm up to because I tell her everything, but she just doesn't care. Not that she doesn't care. People always like, your mom doesn't care. She cares, but like, she doesn't care to be like, oh, what are you doing? What are, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's being very loud.
It got loud for a second, but you were talking, so it like kind of masked it.
Yeah. There's something I was going to tell you, and now I can't remember.
Wait, what did you tell Kendall? Oh, Lil Huddy.
Oh my gosh. It was just so funny, especially because
I don't think he's ugly.
Oh, I'm like trying to hear what they're because Alyssa's talking about me, and so I was like, what are they talking about? But wait. Oh, so Megan is finally on TikTok after months and months and months of her saying she would never get on TikTok. She finally is. And so she's like she's like discovering all these old TikTokers. And so the other day she said something and she was like, I don't understand how Noah Beck is 19 years old. And I was like, Megan, join the club. Like, we all don't understand. I'm confused. And so then she was like, yeah, I also like Lil Huddy. And I was like, you what? And she was like, yeah, like, I think he's cute. And I was like, oh, no. But also Megan's type is tall, lanky, very, very, very skinny boys.
Yeah.
Lil Huddy.
That's so funny.
So I was just like, Megan, please don't say that. Also, Megan, he's 18 years old. And
oh.
Just straight calling her out right now, but whatever.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I like him.
Too good. What?
I like him. Like, I don't like him like that, but I think he's great.
I don't not like Lil Huddy, but I'm not like, I don't think he's cute. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with Lil Huddy.
The funniest thing of my entire life, I didn't realize. Okay, have you seen Bryce Hall's comment section on his videos recently?
Correct. It's about him being dead. Yes.
And then finally, the original video comes up on my For You page. TikTok is boring right now. Let's create a rumor about one of the Sway boys having corona. And it was just so funny because, like, I saw the comments first. So I was like, oh, like, he got canceled or he's dead. Like, he actually has corona or something.
Yeah.
But then I see this and I'm like, oh, that's just too good.
Did you see though, like since people were starting this rumor that he had corona, that he posted a screenshot of like his COVID results on Twitter.
That they're negative?
Yeah.
But
he posted them. Well, you saw their power got shut off.
I did see that.
Which some people are like, that's terrible. They should not have shut their power, blah, 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 blah. But it's also kind of like, you can't expect to throw a party with 500 people at your house and have no consequences.
The mayor of LA shut his power off.
Literally, the mayor like put out a statement and shut the Sway House power off. Yeah. Which is like pretty crazy, but it's also like we are in a pandemic, and if you're going to be reckless, like
I wonder if that's like actually against the law.
That's what some people are saying. Some people are like, there's no way that's legal and like whatever, but
okay, but then did he get a new house?
Yeah, apparently they're moving. I truly have no idea. They're very confusing to me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but I just thought it was kind of funny, and at this point I'm kind of over Bryce Hall, and I think that he's a terrible example for children, so
yeah,
he's just like,
that's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, well, I just think I don't really care that his thing is party animal, like whatever, you know. I think it's the like excess, like he just has no regard for like rules and has, you know what I mean, and like
or like people's feelings.
Wait, what?
Or like people's feelings or anything.
Yeah, and I think this whole like his whole thing is like that he always wants to fight people and like how he's real and like all this stuff. But it's like that's a terrible example to set for kids, that like you're telling kids that to solve our problems we have to fight.
Yeah.
And that's not at all, like, no. Yeah. Like we should not be telling people that. I get like you don't, because he always calls out people for like being fake behind, like on Twitter, you'll, you know, having Twitter fingers and will say whatever. But then in real life, you're not going to act that way. Okay, I get whatever, authenticity, realness, but that doesn't mean that you have to fist fight every single person you don't agree with.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't punch anybody.
Yeah, and so it's like,
Can we also talk about how famous Addison Rae is?
Yeah, I can't really comprehend the fact that this time last year she was getting ready to start school at LSU, and now she is hanging out with Kourtney Kardashian
and like running the world low key.
Yeah, so yeah, I can't. My brain can't like wrap around that at all.
Okay, I'm changing my answer. Who do I want on the podcast? Actually, I don't care if she was on the podcast. I want to talk to her. Like, I want to ask her, like, how's her mental state? But like, genuinely, what is it like to go from like 0 to 100?
Well, that's what's crazy. Or even Charlie, because Charlie was the same exact way.
And
because
she's so little.
I know. I would give my life to talk to Charli D'Amelio. Okay, that's really dramatic. Like, all right, you can talk to her, but then we gotta kill you.
Yeah, you're like talking to her. Okay, that was
see, because some people like Bryce Hall, he was on Musical.ly, so like he didn't just blow up one day. He's had this slow progression. You know what I mean? Whereas Charli and Addison literally went from nothing to the most famous people right now.
The fact that Charli D'Amelio is about to have 1 million followers on TikTok.
1
million followers. 100 million. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like 1 million. She has 81 million followers. So I was like 1 billion, but then I was like, no, that's a lot.
It's for me. They gave it to me. Thanks, Victor. Taco Bell delivery to my bed.
Oh, nice.
I love living here.
Okay.
This is the real hype house.
Dead.
No, overnight. I think it's stupid that Addison Rae made that makeup line. Like, I don't really like when famous people just like start businesses for like, I mean, she's doing it as reason. Like you know, like that's probably a good way to like manage her money or something like that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or like to have an entity. Oh my gosh, did you watch James Charles' video with JoJo Siwa?
I have not, but when I tell you, when he posted those photos, I'm like, who is this that he did a collab with? Like, he's been talking about this collab. He's so excited for it. I'm like, I don't even know who this is. And then I read the caption and I was like, this is JoJo Siwa? I cannot wait to watch it. I'm so excited.
Did you watch Dance Moms?
I did not. Like, I didn't really know who she was until recently.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'm trying to figure out how I found out about this girl. I don't know, but she's not on anything that I look at. So whenever, like, I know who she is, but I don't like keep up with her. Sarah, you are going to scream when you watch this video. The way that she's like, yeah, my company is $1 billion company.
I saw the clip.
Yeah, it's just really hilarious, and like
Yeah.
Nickelodeon is like in charge of her marketing and like all this stuff, and James is just she's like listing all of like her products and like all of her merchandise. She's like, yeah, JoJo Siwa bedding is like #1 in Target and like all this stuff, and I'm like, this girl is 17, like
Yeah.
when I just really can't.
No, it's insane. I cannot wait to watch the video. That's why I've been like waiting, because I need to be like ready, like in my bed watching on my TV.
Like taking notes.
I'm
Sarah in her office at work taking notes on these YouTube videos.
Yeah, sometimes I do be watching YouTube videos if it's kind of slow and I've, it's towards the end of the day, don't have a whole lot left to do. I'm like,
brain capacity low.
Huh?
Your brain capacity is like at a low.
Correct. I'm a little nervous that when you edit this, you're not gonna be able to hear a word I'm saying.
I can barely hear those people.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Those people.
I can barely hear
those people. I don't know why that was so funny.
Oh my
I also, Katie, what time did we start?
Well,
you texted me emailed at 5:38 and I got on not long after that. And so it's probably been almost an hour.
Start to wrap it up.
Oh, okay, everybody, goodbye. Thanks for listening to the podcast. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye. I'm screaming.
If you listened to last week's episode, you know why that's funny.
True. Honestly,
I haven't looked at our listens in a while. I don't know how we're doing.
I like briefly looked whenever I posted last week's. But now I like forgot.
/ wondering whether we're gonna start getting less listens with school or more because people are like procrastinating or doing homework or something.
Oh, like maybe listen to us while they do homework or whatever, or like interesting. I feel like we'll probably I don't think we'd go less. If anything, we might just do the same. Like the same people will.
True.
But I was looking and like most of the podcasts have at least like 30 listens.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I still don't understand who you 30 people are because the same 5 of you text us about the podcast. So are the other 25 of you people we don't know? I'm so confused.
Tell me why I screamed the other day because I came home and I was like telling Kendall, Brienne all this stuff about Fall Startup. And Kendall was like, what if these freshmen found you and was like, you're Katie Fisk of Seriously Fun Podcast? And I lost my mind. I was like, if that ever happens, I will not know what to do.
I would my head would be so big. I'd be like, yes.
No, why do we have such different reactions to people knowing about this podcast?
Katie, I don't know, because you also like hate when people know you have anything. They're like, oh my gosh, you watch my YouTube videos? Ugh. And I'm like, what? Girl, you watch my YouTube video? Yeah, like.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was funny when Abby sent me that picture of y'all watching the video. I was like, oh my gosh, she finished? And then she was like, no.
No, it was funny. She was like, I want to see Sarah McCurley take a tequila shot. And I was like, I can show you. We'll cut that out, maybe.
Yes, cut that out.
Oh, we're cutting it out? Okay, cool.
Katie!
Are you not allowed to be an adult?
No, I can, but I just prefer not to have that out on the internet.
Okay. Abby was like, I want to see Sarah in this video. And I was like, I can show you. And so then I go on my phone. But whenever I like put them on my computer, I deleted them off my phone. So I only had the car ones.
Okay.
If you're listening to the podcast and you're confused right now, a couple weeks ago, instead of whenever we took a week off the podcast, Sarah and I thought it would be a good idea to make a YouTube video instead. And it is heavy sitting in my computer, not on the internet.
Yeah.
So Merry Christmas one day.
Okay. No, I'm like so ready to see it, but it's fine.
Whenever throw back to the beginning of this podcast, whenever my schedule starts getting a little bit structure in it.
Yeah.
There I go, sitting down at a coffee shop, editing.
Yep, here we go. People will see you editing and be like, oh my gosh, is she a YouTuber?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, does she work for a YouTuber? Like, what's going on?
I love when I see people in coffee shops, like, in an Adobe program. I'm like, yeah. Yes.
Yes, that's what I love.
That's what I love to see.
I honestly, not to talk about Kale, since we always talk about Kale, but I'm going to talk about Kale.
Perfect.
The fact that he's, like, literally in LA with the Hype House, with all these people, it just really blows my mind because remember a year ago when you were dancing in Tiger Stadium?
Yeah.
Do you remember I was at the game that him and John were on the fields, remember?
Yeah.
And we were all like, Kale! Like, and then, but now the fact that he's hanging out with Taylor Holder at the Hype House is just a little much for me.
It's just these people that were so close to home at one point, and now they're just at the Hype House.
I'm dead. Because that's what it is. And I even feel that way. Not really, because obviously, like, we knew Kale before he was big.
True.
You know, like, we knew who he was way before the whole world did. Like, he was big in Baton Rouge, like the LSU crowd, but he wasn't big, like, everywhere.
Yeah.
And so, I hear them talking about me over there.
Those people.
Sorry. The podcast is gonna be so chaotic because
No, it's fine though. When I tell you I edited nothing out of the last podcast. Like I did not edit one thing out.
That's honestly great.
No, it was so good. I was listening to it, having the best time of my life. Like
I feel like that means we're getting good at this.
No, I do too. As I stutter and take a pause. Like I wasn't even being lazy. I was like ready to like get out the awkward pauses and like all the things, but it just flowed so nicely. I was like, oh, go off.
Yeah, like that's great. I feel like it's interesting to me because I listened to I finished Zane and Heath's podcast, so I'm like caught up now.
Amazing.
And now I've been listening to David and Jason views.
Tell me why I thought you were about to say, and now I've been listening to ours from the beginning.
I'm dead. Now I've just been listening to me and you. No, so I've been listening to Views. And you've listened to an episode or two, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's interesting because number one, they're so inappropriate. I like forget that David doesn't censor himself at all.
Yeah.
And so some of the podcasts, I'm like, I don't want to listen to this. Like this is a little too much for me. But it's interesting because they're not that their editing is bad, but I just feel like their editing is not that good.
What do you mean?
Like I've listened to quite a few of them now, and it's just consistent. Like, it's very obvious when they've cut something and they don't do a good job of like trying to make a transition, or they just like, okay, oh, we want to cut this out. We're not even going to try and find, you know what I mean? Like when you cut stuff out, I hardly ever notice. And if I do, it's only because I knew what I said right there and she cut it out, you know?
Yeah.
You do a really good job of like making it like I think when people listen, they probably have no idea that there was anything missing.
Yeah.
Or on David's podcast, it's like so evident and it almost makes me like, could you not edit this a little better? Like,
yeah. Like it's just not seamless. Like it's very and choppy.
And so it's just interesting to me, like
are they doing it on purpose or
or is this the vibe you're going for? If so, I don't really get it.
Yeah, but also people working for you.
No, literally. Like I know that David's not editing it because they talk about, I think Joe edits them maybe.
Probably.
But also on one of the recent episodes, they talk about how David's never ever again gonna post vlogs like he used to. I think he's going to post videos, but he's not going to do three a week vlogs like he used to. He basically was like, I can never do that again. Like, that's ridiculous. And I was like, David, without your 3 a week vlogs, you're nothing.
Okay, that's a lie.
Put some respect on your vlogs. But I know he started on Vine, but those vlogs are what made him big.
And now he's big and now he doesn't need them.
Okay, I get it. And like, yeah, I'm still going to love David as I'm wearing my
literally wearing his
a whole Instagram post about him.
Oh.
But like, you know, it's kind of like, I mean, I get that, but also at some point, come on, can you make some content for us?
Well, it's funny because also like Addison like just graduated from TikTok. Like she has not posted a dancing TikTok and like, you know, like her TikTok content is not there.
No.
She doesn't need money from TikTok anymore.
Exactly. It's just crazy. And it gets me because I get it. You need to do what's best for you. And if like, you know, that's just not what you want to be doing, great. But at the same time, it's like, you became famous because you did this thing. Yeah. I'm not saying you can't ever evolve and you can't ever change, but that's why people love you. So if you're not going to give me quality content elsewhere, like what's keeping me here? You know what I mean? Like Addison, we love you for your dancing videos. I also love her stuff with her family. Like I like that. So keep giving us that. That doesn't mean it has to be the same thing every time, but like if you start doing other things, I'm probably not going to keep following you because that's just not what I like, you know?
Right. Right. I wonder what the pressure or like the contrast, whatever something is for celebrities that have a very like niche content
Mm-hmm.
to like keep producing content. And okay,
Yeah.
for example, this isn't exactly what I just said, but like the like bullying that goes on in these famous people's like comment section of their TikToks,
Yes.
dude, like I would feel almost like no pressure to respond to these people.
No.
That's such a weird request and like such a weird thing to like shame people for. Like, oh, she
Yeah.
doesn't respond to her fans, she hates us. Like, what?
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
like,
respond to my
also,
friends' Instagram comments, you know?
that's it right there. I don't do that. And then also, like, there's thousands and thousands of comments. They cannot respond to everyone. They cannot like all their comments. And like you said, so many people are so mean to them. I wouldn't want to read those.
Also, like
knowing
what sense of
that-
validation does someone get from like Charlie D'Amelio being like, hey,
No, I get it. It's like exciting. Like if I commented and like Charlie D'Amelio responded, I'd be like, oh, this is exciting. But it's not like my whole life, you know?
yeah, or like I'm crying until Addison replies to me.
Yeah. And like sometimes they're funny, like the ones that'll be like, I'm holding my breath until Addison
Yeah.
like answers. And so then she'll answer and be like, ha ha, like whatever. But it's
Right.
also like she can't do that for every single, you know what I mean? Like it's every now and then, but like that's just not realistic.
Yeah. Maybe also these kids are like 9.
That's true too. I forget that not everyone is 23 years old like us.
Oh, I love it here.
Me too. It's fine. Okay.
Well, guys,
Is this the podcast?
that was the podcast.
Wow. Thank y'all, as always, for tuning in and listening. And even though we don't have no structure and we talk about TikTok all the time, but thanks.
And going to the dentist. A
And
good like half of this podcast was us talking about our teeth.
Yes, and I love it. If there's anything else y'all want us to talk about, maybe our noses. Oh, we did talk about my nose actually.
Mhm.
My eyes, my toes, anything.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I'm excited. We're about to like do kind of like a season change, and I'm sure we'll be talking more about school and work and the coronavirus again. Always.
Fall.
Wow.
Pumpkin
Football.
spice.
LSU football is coming back into
Y'all are not ready for the LSU
Not
football.
ready. Seriously, LSU football is.
Oh, I will leave y'all with this. If you have not seen Joe Burrow's pictures, his pictures in his Bengals uniform with the scruff on his face,
Exit out right now.
you're missing out, and you just need to go look. So you're welcome.
At Bengals on Instagram.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
But with that, thanks so much for listening. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next week.
yeah. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
I'm dead.
Great.
Amazing.
So like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.